What is up, you guys? It has been a very stressful year last year, and the beginning of this year was very stressful as well. So I was looking for a key, and I was looking in a basket that I have over there on my lampstand, and what I found was some old books that I was reading on here in some of my videos. The Bible Promise Book and Keep Calm and Trust God. So the videos that I made are, I think, made private, because I made all of my videos private all at the same time to hide my channel sometimes back then, last year. Belief is checkmarked. Death, eternal life, faith, God's faithfulness, forgiveness, Holy Spirit, and salvation. So those are all check marked. I made videos of those. But look at all the ones that are not check marked. The ones that are check marked have a pencil line through them. I don't know if you guys can see this. Like that one right here has a pencil line through it. So there's that. And there's all of those other ones that I haven't check marked yet, so I have to make them into a video as well. So yeah, so let's start with one right now. They're short little things. They only take like 2 minutes, and then I'll hit the hay. I took some NyQuil, and it has to seep into my brain in order for me to get tired. It takes a while. NyQuil takes a little while to kick in to make me sleepy, but like I've said in my other video, the one with like 1,200 views on it about God speaking to me in my dreams, I explained why I take NyQuil, the reason for it, because it helps me a lot with sleep. To go to sleep without it, I can't. So let's start with... No, not fear. NyQuil gives you really weird dreams. Gives me really weird, wacky dreams. So I don't want to think anything about fear, because it gives you like really wacky dreams. Like last night's dreams were just through the roof crazy. They're really weird, really super duper weird, awkward dreams. But they're not scary or anything like that. But I don't want to... some of the dreams actually can become vivid, very, very vivid, to where you're thinking that you're experiencing real life while in the dream from some of the chemicals found in NyQuil. And I actually had one of those dreams last night. I don't know what you call them. It's not lucid dreaming. Lucid dreaming is when you know that you're in the dream and that you can control the dream and stuff. But what I'm talking about is when you're dreaming and it's just as real life, like this right here, as you're watching this on whatever you're watching this on, whatever screen, on whatever device you're watching on right now. It's just as real as that. Just as real. No difference in realness whatsoever. I had that last night. They're very vivid dreams, so I wouldn't want something fearful to happen, in a really wacky, vividly realistic dream. I call them reality dreams because they are no different than reality itself, than real life. They're just as real. I've only had about 5 in my entire life. I'm 28 years old, so speaking of the rarity of these dreams. All right, so I was about to actually read the fear one. Let's read the fear one. Actually, let's read the fear one. 41. let's read it. Let's just go ahead. Let's just go ahead and read it. Fear. Mark chapter 4, verse 40. He said to his disciples, "Why are you so afraid? Do you still have no faith?" Luke chapter 12, verse 32. "Do not be afraid, little flock, for your Father had been pleased to give you the kingdom." Isaiah chapter 41, verse 13. "For I am the Lord your God, who takes hold of your right hand and says to you, 'Do not fear, I will help you.'" All right. So this is just all the times the Bible uses fear. The word fear, I guess. All the passages. Whoa. Sorry about that. Got a little lightheaded for a second. Proverbs chapter 1, verse 33. "But whoever listens to me will live in safety and be at ease without fear of harm." Matthew 10, verse 28. "Do not be afraid of those who kill the body, but cannot kill the soul." So do not be afraid of people who can kill you, who can kill your body, but fear God in heaven, who can kill both body and your soul. So I gotta study more on hell and see if that really literally means that you're going to burn forever or be destroyed, as in to cease to exist. Because there's some scriptures that I've seen Christian ministers on YouTube preaching that's like, I don't know what it is, because I don't believe it, because the Bible is very clear that it's eternal. So I didn't study it, but it says we will be walking on ashes. They shall be stubble or ashes under our feet. Proverbs chapter 3, verse 25, verse 26. "Have no fear of sudden disaster or of the ruin that overtakes the wicked, for the Lord will be your confidence and keep your foot from being snared." 2 Timothy chapter 1, verse 7. "For God did not give us a spirit of timidity. I've never even said timidity. I don't think I've ever seen that word written down before. Probably heard it before. But a spirit of power and love and self-discipline." Isaiah chapter 14, verse 3. "On the day the Lord gives you relief from suffering and turmoil and cruel bondage." On the day the Lord gives you relief from suffering and turmoil and cruel bondage. Does that mean when we see him in heaven? Oh, man. 3 whole other pages of speaking in verses. Sorry, guys. I guess I'll do it. Proverbs chapter 3, verse 24. "When you lie down, you will not be afraid. When you lie down, your sleep will be sweet." I don't know, I don't want to make that one. 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 12 through 14. "For the eyes of the Lord are on the righteous, and his ears are attentive to their prayer, but the face of the Lord is against those who do evil." Who is going to harm you if you are eager to do good? But even if you should suffer for what is right, you are blessed. Do not fear what they fear. Do not be frightened. Isaiah chapter 54, verses 14. "In righteousness you will be established. Tyranny will be far from you. You will have nothing to fear. Terror will be far removed. It will not come near you." Romans chapter 18, verse 15. "For you did not receive a spirit that makes you a slave again to fear, but you received a spirit of sonship. And by him we cry, Abba, Father." So that means the Holy Spirit coming into you. You're not something we backslide into sin and stuff still, yes, but we're not supposed to. We gave that life up for Christ and heaven. Hebrews chapter 13, verse 6. "So we say with confidence, the Lord is my helper. I will not be afraid. What can man do to me?" Now that right there is not physical what man can do to me, because they can carve on you, they can torment you, they can slice and dice on you for hours and hours and hours to where you still won't bleed out, paper cuts and stuff like that. So man can do that. What they mean by so with confidence the Lord is my helper, I will not be afraid. What can man do to me is, if I'm with God, what can they do with me? What can they do to me? If I'm with God, if God's my Father, what severity can they do to me? They could kill me, but what else can they do after that? Nothing, right? Psalms 46, chapter 1. God is our refuge and a strength and an ever-present help in trouble. Sorry, guys. NyQuil's kicking in. Isaiah chapter 51, verse 12. I, even I, am he who comforts you. Who are you that you fear mortal men, the sons of men who are but grass? Proverbs chapter 9, verse 25. Fear of men will prove to be a snare, but whoever trusts in the Lord is kept safe. Psalms chapter 91, verse 4 through 6. He will cover you with his feathers, and under his wings you find refuge. God has wings? His faithfulness will be your shield and rampart. I've never heard of that rampart before either. You will not fear the terror of night, nor the arrow that flies by day, nor the pestilence that stalks in the darkness, nor the plague that destroys at midday. Now that God is that right there. God's words are very, very creative right there. Very, actually amazing. That it just sounds very serious right there. You will not fear the terror of night, nor the arrow that flies by day, nor the pestilence that stalks in the darkness, nor the plague that destroys at midday. Do not be afraid, or Isaiah chapter 54, verse 4. Do not be afraid, you will not suffer shame. Do not fear disgrace, you will not be humiliated. Sorry, again about that, I can't pronounce that word when I'm sleepy. Isaiah chapter 4, verse 2, when you pass through the waters, I will be with you, and when you pass through the rivers, they will not sweep over you. When you walk through the fire, you will not be burned. The flames will not set you ablaze. John chapter 14, verse 27, peace I leave with you, my peace I give you. I do not give to you as the world gives. Do not let your hearts be troubled, and do not be afraid. I think it's actually, to be afraid all the time and not trusting after you get saved and doubting God's power that He saved you, not saves, but has already saved you when you accept Him as your Lord and Savior, and you continuously doubt Him over and over and over. Doubt His power that you are saved. You're continuing doubting your salvation. When you're doubting your salvation over and over and over and over and over and over again, and are fearing that you're lost and lost and lost and lost, and are so terrified that you committed the unpardonable sin over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, to where it plays back in your head over repeatedly, OCD-ish, repeatedly, every single day. That's when you start to notice that you have a lack of faith, that you're saved. By Scripture says that once you're saved, you're saved. It's everlasting. Jesus says, for I give them everlasting life for all who believe. So whoever shall believe in Jesus Christ for their salvation has their salvation, gets saved. And He gives them, then it's like, they shall never perish, never pluck them out of my Father's hand. So He's giving us a lot of detail right there that we're saved forever. So, but Satan wants us to think that we can lose our salvation and that we have. Therefore, he puts the mighty fear into our hearts, our minds, and it makes us lack in faith. So we don't know what's truly going on. We don't truly know that we're actually losing faith when this is happening because of the deception of the devil. We're just thinking that we lost our salvation, but again, if you're thinking that you lost your salvation after you know for sure that you're saved, that you have the Holy Spirit in you, then how can you have that much faith, right? Because the Bible promises that we're saved and sealed unto the day of redemption. So you're losing faith if that happens. And trust me, I had that happen for a few years, actually, off and on. It's very, very intimidating and a very frightening thing. But ever since I prayed about it and stuff to God, it stopped I was having that back in 2016 all the way until the end of 2018. So, like, off and on constantly. It was driving me nuts. And then it stopped. Finally, it stopped. Psalms chapter 23, verse 4-5. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, my cup overflows. Psalms 27, verse 1-3. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the stronghold of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? Though an army besiege me, still don't know what that is. Again, I never heard that word. My heart will not fear. Though war break out against me, even then will I be confident. And last but not least, Romans chapter 37, verse 39. No, in all these things we are more than conquerors through him who loved us. For I am convinced that neither death nor life, neither angels nor demons, that's another thing right here that's actually mentioning that you can't lose your salvation. For I am convinced that neither death nor life, neither angels nor demons, neither the present nor the future, nor any powers, neither height nor depth, nor anything else in all creation will be able to separate us from the love of God that is in Jesus Christ our Lord. To separate us from the love of God. So once you are saved, there is nothing in all creation that can separate you from the love of God ever again. Sin once could, but never again. It's not like your guys are going to just find this in the bookstore. This was written to my mother's friend in April 13th of 1991. So you're not going to find this in the store. But it's the Bible Promises book. So most likely going to be uploading this video tomorrow, because it is a 8:45 at night, and my NyQuil is kicking in, and I am going to pass out soon. So what I'm going to do is watch some shows and stuff like that, because I don't want to be uploading this. I was looking for my phone right now. So yeah, I'm about to get off. I don't want to be uploading my video right here and then have my phone die before it's done uploading, because it's about 20 minutes long. So it's going to take a long time to upload. And this is the iPhone 10, and the battery is already half used up. And I don't want to put it on the charger, because that will consume the battery. The more charging you do with your phone, the more the battery health depletes. If you have an iPhone, go to settings, go down to battery, go to battery health, and you will see the battery capacity percentage. Depending on that battery capacity, this is a refurbished iPhone 10. It's 100% battery capacity, but I don't want to deplete it in one night. Depending on your iPhone's battery capacity level percentage, you might have to plug it in faster than another phone because it would die faster. That's what it means. It's this percentage of it for it because it's going to be dying faster when it's consuming. So yeah, that's why I don't want to have my charger plugged into it when I'm asleep and sleep. So adios, I guess. Adios. Just gotta hit the big red button. You gotta hit the big red button that says stop. Alright, see ya. Oh, what's that? Oh. Oh, yeah. Nah, my camera's not rolling. What are you talking about? Now I hit the stop button. I hit the stop button. Just talking to myself on the screen now. It's still recording, and that's embarrassing. I was talking to myself, Ray. Nah, really, I'm joking. It's just, I just get really random when I'm really tired. So, all right, see y'all tomorrow.